Like he's going to go one. Good shot. Anywhere in the middle of the table is fine here.
Yeah, he's got to play position for the corner, obviously, on the 7. Especially when you consider the position of the 8. He's
Right,
going to want to end up straight in on the 7.
Well, one of the great things.
I don't like what he did there.
No, look at this.
Why is he doing that?
I don't know. He's
You
just
know, I
not
mean, just I
thinking
don't
clearly.
understand this.
I don't either. What I was going to say is that you would really like, in general, to have as little cue ball movement and as little object ball movement as possible.
It looks like a connect the dot. You know?
Exactly, sure
So
did.
therefore,
Yeah.
play it like that.
Right.
You know, what do you need to do? Why would you need to play the position for the 7 on the side when you don't need it?
Right. Well, Billy, you would almost have to look for a way to get in trouble there.
It was hard to get in trouble there.
Put the guy behind the 9, maybe, playing the 9 on the side.
Close, huh?
Yeah, he can hit it. I think he's going to get out. But Lord Almighty, he made it tough. Well, might as well make your concession speech. I don't mean anything against Corey, but it's pretty much all over. The body language, the momentum, the everything.
Yeah, he was. At first, it started out where his speed was off. His speed was off. His break was off. His shot making. Now his shot making is off. Once your accuracy starts going, then you got big problems. You know, and then you just lose it. You know, and I hate to say that. You know, but it appears like that's what's happening.
Okay, 20 games. That's the biggest lead so far, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. And what makes it even worse is you got all day left to play.
Right.
You know, it'd be different if you were racing to like 10 or 11 or 12. It's going to be over. You know, the pain is going to be gone shortly. But now it's got all day.
2 balls on the break and nice shot on the 1 ball. You know what I did one day? I have these friends I stay with that have a nice pool room in Columbus, Ohio. It's not an action room, but we stay in their house, which is right across from the pool room. And there's a lovely park there that I like to go running in. So the last time I was there, I made the mistake of trying to run in the dark, which I know better than that. And so I tripped and I fell, and all my weight came down on the ankle. I sprained it awfully badly. Anyway, the point I'm making, I had a clinic to do that day. It's 5 hours long, and I needed the money, and I had a commitment that I needed to keep. So I had to do that clinic with that badly sprained ankle, and it taught me a lesson to not go running in the dark. But the point I'm making, I made my mistake, and then I paid for it by having to work all day, just like you're talking about. Corey has to work all day here.
Well, yeah, this isn't going to be fun for him at all. And maybe even a little bit humiliating in the sense if he continues to play like this. And the worse he plays, obviously,
Right, sure.
the better Shane's going to play.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how he could equal that yesterday. That was historic. It was magnificent. It was spectacular, splendid, great. One runs out of superlatives. And having the German Fest today downtown with, cultural foods from Germany and It's quite an affair. I like things like that. Look at that. He
Wow, what a
stopped wide
break.
in the middle
What
of the
a
table.
break. Another ball.
Well, right now, I don't see how anybody could beat this kid. Where's the weakness? I mean, if he's got one, I don't see it. Do you?
No, I don't see any weaknesses in his game.
I mean, you and I are old war horses.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
I'd
don't-
have to bet on him playing anybody right now. And I've never seen anybody uh, have such a good break for 10 ball. I mean, playing position on the ball and making a certain ball, plus extra balls if you needed any.
Oh, he mishit that a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. This is
Hit the point.
well. What I would do with this is I'd play the cue ball to go roughly into the 7 as I cut the 4 ball in the side, and I would take what I got. I don't think he's got an angle. No, he can't go to the end rail with the cue ball here.
Yeah, I think you're right about that.
Okay, that's a nice shot.
Yep. Yeah, he's handling the ball really nicely. He's hitting everything accurately with authority. He's got a lot of confidence.
Yeah, something else too, Billy. He's playing with a La Pro tip and no break cue. You don't see many of the pros nowadays without a break cue. So what does that tell you? Most of the pros like a break cue for various reasons, not the least of which is your tip doesn't glaze up from the break shot, but it's not bothering him, and I don't see him scuffing up his tip. Do you?
No. Yeah, he's just very confident right now. You can tell.
Well, I don't like to say this, but I have to here. It's almost time for the fat lady to sing.
Now he leads. He leads now by 22 games. 22 games, and there's a lot of time left here.
Yep.
And it doesn't look good for Corey, because he's not making up any ground. He's losing ground. This might be a 40 game deficit when it's over.
Well, I hired Steve Mizrak to do an exhibition in my place in the 70s in Colorado, and I wanted to learn and hone my straight pool skills. So we played 1,000 points. He beat me 100 to 338, and he had 2 runs of over 150. But I learned a lot, and it was the same thing. I had to finish the 1,000 points, you know, and I had to do it in front of my customers. Another time, Buddy Hall beat me out of $10,000, and my own customers, called me Buddy Hall's rack boy for 5 years. So I've taken my punishment.
And this is.
Look how easy he's
Yeah,
making
it's-
intricate position appear. That's
Well,
what
he's
happens
got a
when you shoot.
problem here, though. He's got that
Well, what are you
bad
gonna
angle.
What are you gonna have to do is go between the 4 and 8 here,
He's got a pretty bad angle here.
or the 8 and 10. Either one of those, and which one he selects will determine how much right-hand English he uses. Really, I
He
didn't
tied
like
up
the
the
way I didn't
four.
like the way he did that. It was one of the few times I could fault his shot. Now, the 4-7 are messed up here anyway. He could play the 3 off the backside of the 5, like Corey has done 3 or 4 times, but he'd have to hit it easy and no position on the 4 ball. Like this. Now look what he decided to do here. I like everything about this. He hit it easy, and he's going to thin the 4 and try to go down behind the 8 and 10. The 4 stays on the rail, so it doesn't leave anything, even if he lets Corey see it.
Well, that'll work.
Yeah,
That'll
that's what I
work.
mean. And it's got to be frustrating to Corey that not only is Shane playing very well, but he's not shooting any dumb shots like you might expect a 24-year-old to do.
If I was Corey, I would just lay on the 4 here.
Well, he doesn't seem to like to hit shots like that. He wants.
Wow,
What a
nice
great
shot.
hit. What a
Good
great
shot.
shot. I'm clapping in the booth for that
That's a
one.
very good shot.
And if you look at that shot, just as he hit it, what a nice one pocket shot. If the 8 and 10 and 6 were not on the table, look what a nice shot that was. If he had this lower left hand
Yeah.
pocket, I learned a shot there,
There
didn't
you
you?
go. There you go. Very difficult hit here.
Yeah, he can go 3 rails this way. The 6 is in the way of going through a little bit. He'll just miss the 8 and go 3 rails. Right hand English. Now, if he could go this way, this might be a little better. See, if I had room to bridge this and miss the 7, I'd go 3 rails here too. I don't know that he has that luxury. The problem with the 1 railer here, though, is that it's really off angle, and you scratch about as often as you'll do any good.
Okay, Corey's going to have to perform a little bit better. You know, he's got a reasonably good shot here. Let's see how well he does with this. Okay, draw back and play position for the 6 to cut it to your left, going into the side pocket, which will send the cue ball actually to his right. He wants to get back. Well, that's
No.
fine. That straight in's fine.
He's on the wrong side of that ball.
Does he have the wrong angle?
Yeah, he's got to cut it to his right. He's going to have to play the 7 down the long rail, I think, if I see it right. Or bank it. Oh, he was all right. It was straight in pretty much.
But the point is you want the angle to cut it
Right.
to your left.
Sure.
That gives you options. That gives you options, and he's flirting with it here again. He's flirted with the 10. But let's see what happens. It's been very adventurous here.
All right, but
Yeah,
be
he
careful.
missed
He missed
something.
one just
Yeah,
like
he did. He did, and he took a double look at this.
Okay. Well, he narrows the gap to 21 aims. So where are you off to after this? You're going back home?
Well, I got to go back to Dallas. You know, I have a lot of work to do back there. You know, I've got a few different things I'm doing back there, and then I got to try to get this ready for this tournament and everything. And you know, I'm doing quite a bit of work back there. I've been living in Dallas a little over 4 years now. I kind of like it down there.
Yeah,
But I
Dallas.
like it in Vegas, though. I really like it in Vegas the best.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Even today's Vegas?
Well, yeah, you got a point there. You know, it's really commercialized, but
Well, it's not just that. There's a couple of neighborhoods that I used to like to run in. They're crack neighborhoods now. I can't run, you know.
just about everywhere you get that. You know.
Okay, made the 9 on the side. All right, he does not have a shot here, but what he can do is try to put the cue ball behind the 7. I think that to be the right shot, don't you?
Yeah, that'd be a good shot. You have to control the 1 ball.
Well, he didn't even consider safety. That's a good shot too.
You know, maybe he needs it. Maybe he needs to just go ahead and just loosen up and try to play loose.
I don't understand that. I saw that went into that, didn't you?
Yeah. Yes, I did. So.
When he lined up, I thought, well, he's going to draw it, but he didn't. He didn't draw it.
Seems like he's just throwing caution to the wind here. You know, And at least that was appeared to be what he was doing the first two shots of the track by cutting the one ball and then shooting the two ball in the fashion that he did, showing disregard for the for his position.
Now look at this, Billy. The cue ball has to hit the 5 if he hits it with any speed. The 4 doesn't pass the 8 in the corner, I don't think, although it might. I don't know how he gets position here.
But if the cue ball hits the 5, looks like it might go to the bottom cushion and then back up table again for the position for the 4 on the side.
I think Corey's very fortunate to get back to the table.
Not much of a pocket at all here. He might be forced to play the combination.
Yeah, and he's cutting the 3 ball the wrong way to get the appropriate English on it to help it in the pocket. Oh, he did it easily, or made it look easy anyway. Now he's got to make sure he stays on the right side of the ball. That's fine, I think. A lot of left-hand English, easy. Good shot. Okay. He's going to win this game. Get back to 20 games.
Maybe.
Well, he's gotten careless several times, has Corey, and it's certainly cost him.
Yeah, he does. You know what I think he lacks? He lacks that bulldog. You know what I mean?
Right.
That determination, that desire. You know, I think he's an excellent player, but I think he lacks that. At least it appears that way right now.
Well, I think Shane has that, from all appearances.
You know, the older players, the old time players, who really had that was a guy like Richie Florence. He really had that.
Yeah, Richie.
He hated to lose, and he was fighting.
I got invited to do. I got hired actually to host a memorial thing to Richie Florence in the Tropicana Bowl era. This friend of ours, this new friend of mine, Richard Schwarry, who has become an internet coin millionaire and a super guy, put the whole affair together, and he held it out in Vegas, and a good time was had by everybody. It was quite a thing. Richie was, he was. I liked Richie a lot. Oh boy, look at that.
Well, the cue ball figured a way to get there, and then where it shouldn't have been.
Right.
And then once it's there, it's very vulnerable.
Yeah, Richie put on great tournaments. He was the first guy to get pool on ESPN, and there's a guy who belongs in the Hall of Fame. Anyway, he
Good point.
he would call me on the phone sometimes. He said, "Grady, I'd like you to come to my such and such tournament." And I might say, "Well, I'm pretty busy, Richie. I got my pool room or whatever, and I can't really come." He said, "Well, look, I'll get you a backer who'll give you 75% of the money, and he'll pay all your expenses, and we'd love to have you come." I mean, that's the way he did
Wow.
things. We also had a great tournament, Richie and I did, in 1993 in January. We added $61,000 to it. And anyway, it really only cost you $100 to play because it costs $1,100 for the entry fee. But you got $1,000 back even if you never won a match.
I kind of remember that tournament. Where was that being held?
Pardon?
Where was that held?
It was held at the Reno, the Flamingo Hilton downtown.
Was that the one pocket tournament?
Yeah, one pocket. Yeah,
Kelly won that tournament?
Kelly won it. Cornbread Red came in second.
Yeah. I remember that.
The MPBA boycotted the tournament, if you can imagine that. Don Mackey called up and tried to knock my action with the hotel. But I'd rather talk about more pleasant things than Mackey.
Yeah, well, that would be hard.
Well, I told all the pool players he was a Philadelphia gangster, and they ignored my good advice and paid the financial cost. Okay. 21 games again.
Yeah, we noticed that Jimmy Wetch is here, and he's a professional player from the Minnesota, I believe, Minnesota area.
Yeah, maybe we could get another microphone if we can get this handheld working and have Jimmy come up here and say a few words. I like Jimmy a lot. As a matter of fact, one of the first ring games that I put together was a $5,000 entry fee, and a company that I work for, the Sims Vibration Laboratories, gave me $10,000 and told me to pick two players. So I picked Earl Strickland and Jimmy Wetch. And Jimmy, in my opinion, is a real solid money player. Well, this is, you know what I do with this? I of course, I know a kicking system for this. It was on one of the tapes, and you guys commented about it, but I put the cue ball to the right side of the 5, snooker myself on the 2, and if a guy tells me to shoot again, I can kick it in, but I can't get on the 4, which is on the other end.
But at least you'll be getting out of this trap he's in.
Yeah. Well, he might have room to shoot between the 5 and the rail and go rail first and hit the 2. The question is, can he double kiss it in, or he's going to twirl it around? Well, everything he does works in this match.
Oh, he's playing well. There's no question about it. He's playing well. And he did have to twirl that some to get it down, to pocket the ball and to get the cue ball down the table. It was a very difficult shot to judge the speed of the cue ball and the direction.
He's close enough to that 4 ball to be able to hit it very thinly and play a nice safety. It's just a question of whether he'd rather go behind the 7 or the 10.
Exactly. He probably moved the 4 ball about 6 inches to 8 inches. Corey steps to the table with something familiar looking. You've seen this before. A lot of obstacles here.
Yep. That's a nice shot. Nice shot.
Yeah, he made a real nice shot.
That's the shot I talked about earlier, and that's a variation of it. I don't think he can hit any part of this. All right, he's going to play a kick shot. A lot of right English. Here, the high ball helped kill the cue ball there. If he can hit any of this, I think it's only the right-hand side. But I could be wrong. He's bridging like he's cutting at this ball. It's hard to tell. Oh, he had to kick at it.
And nothing good is going to happen for Corey.
Well, the difference is that ball happens to drop in. He's got a pretty easy run out.
Yeah, well, you want him to leave. Maybe he'll do that. Hi, Jim. I'm going to
Okay, Billy's going to take a break, and I'm very honored to have joined me in the booth here Jimmy Wetch, well-known pro from Minnesota. How's your room doing, Jimmy?
It's doing okay. Is this how I'm just getting here how things going.
Well, yesterday I thought that Shane played about as good a 10 ball as is possible for a human being to play, and I made the comment today that if I were in the Van Boeing camp, I'd take the 20,000 that he's going to win here, and I'd add money to it, and I'd hustle Efren, Bustamante, Alex, anybody that wanted to come and play Archer, and I'd play him even, and because you can't play better than what he's been playing. His break is it's the same thing every game. Now watch the
Yeah,
six
yeah.
go in the side.
Yeah, he's got that. That's the old Buddy Hall break on years ago. He hits it square every time it comes down.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Well, that's one time, but
Yeah.
he's making extra balls too, and
Right,
this is one of the few times that they come up dry.
right.
So anyway, yes,
If you
sir.
hit it square though, that's the one thing good with you when you break. I'm sure you know, but when you break with your hand on the table, not from the side rail, and you hit that break square, the opposite. You hit it to the side, um, or you hit from the right side, it always goes down to the left pocket. So if you start making balls, you got position on the one ball almost every time. But you have to be hitting it extremely accurate in order to
Now look
do
at
that.
this. The two balls all messed up. It doesn't. The 9 blocks it from one corner. The 7 ball from the other corner. I mean, there's no way to run out here.
Well, you play one pocket too. I'd either hit the too thin and I'd hide myself with the 410, or I would bank the two and try to put a little right English and try to go on the 410 also. What do you think you do?
I don't know. Corey hasn't used the best judgment in this match so far. Shane has out-safed him for the most part. Anyway, yesterday, Shane put, nobody knows exactly how many racks, somewhere between 6 and 9 racks of 10 ball. And he's played perfect pool. And then he locked Corey up a couple of times that he couldn't, run out. And then Corey made a couple of mistakes too, and you can't do that at this level.
Well, one time Jim Remper years ago said everybody